Hello, my name is Sean Ennis, and thank you for joining me here on the Creative Collective. And today I'm honored to be joined by a very special guest. He's an artist, producer, and audio engineer from Inland Empire, California, Bobby B. Brave.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? It's Bobby B. Brave. What's up?
Alright, so let's start with your artist stage name. Super creative, really catchy, and stands out. How did you decide on this stage name?
Oh man, I appreciate that. So I decided actually, okay, let me get into this story, and I haven't told it on a platform before. So Bobby B. Brave actually came from God. I'm a God-fearing man, and one day I was in 2009. It was 2009 or 2010. I was going through some personal issues, and during that time I was in a lot of prayer and just seeking understanding of life, and I remember I was in my room. I was kind of cleaning my room, and I was praying, and I heard this. It wasn't an audible voice, but it was like an impression, and it just said, "Bobby, be brave. Just be brave." And it was like a feeling. I really can't explain it. And my name is not. It's not a name. Like, my name is not Be Brave. My name is actually Bobby, which I go by. But it's a statement, and it's a statement not just for me. It's a statement for all of us, to be brave and be bold in everything that you do and everything that you believe in. So that's where that name originated.
Now talk to me about the music scene in California.
The music scene in California is crazy. It has a lot of different. I've recently moved out of California, but I still frequent the state. But the scene, it's kind of divided up, actually. I grew up in the Inland Empire, which is about 50 miles east of Los Angeles, and the music scene out there is crazy. There's Curtis King is out there. Noah James is out there. My buddy Oh Gosh Leotis. There's so much talent in the Inland Empire. And, of course, LA, that's where all the big boys are. That's where everybody comes. Once you get on in the industry, people move to LA, Hollywood. It's a mecca still for a reason. It's a very, very busy town. Anytime you want shows, anytime you want to open mics, concerts, it's just always something going on out there. The music is still popping, and in the Inland Empire, there's some stuff brewing that is amazing. There's so much talent out there. Shout out to my dudes in Pomona, Moreno Valley, and Victorville, man, Ontario, Rialto, and if I forgot any of my people, my bad. But it's an amazing place, California, for music.
What genre of music do you consider your work to be, and how would you describe your music?
Well, the genre is hip-hop, but if I were to describe it, I would say mix, if you guys are familiar, mix PM Dawn with who can I say, Talib Kweli, or someone like that, and that's where you would find my sound.
And how long have you been writing and recording original music?
Writing and recording original music since, man, it's been about 15 years is when I maybe first wrote a rhyme, and then I stopped doing music for a while because I was in another industry and I was making really good money, and I just kind of left it behind for a few years. And then, but to actually getting into it professionally, where I'm getting paid to produce, engineer, all this good stuff, is maybe about 7 years.
And what was that experience like the first time you were recording something that you had written?
was okay. I didn't even want to do it. I didn't want to do music when I was, when I was younger. I wanted to be a marine biologist, or go into the legal field. But one of my buddies, his name is Fashigadale. It's my old homie. He convinced me that I should write a rhyme to this beat that he got from another one of my friends. And when I wrote it and I performed it, which I was on the song with him, the reaction that I got from him and from the producer and engineer that was recording, it was spectacular and it felt great. It felt like I felt free. I felt creative energy is something amazing. I really can't explain it with words, but the first time I ever got on a mic, I was nervous. I didn't like the way my voice sounded, but it was after hearing the finished product and getting the reaction that I got from it, the feeling is second to none. And this is why I've been doing it, all these years later.
Now, you mentioned that you stepped away from music for a little while. What was it that drew you back and got you back into music?
Producing. That's what drew me back, was producing. After stopping, I stopped performing, I stopped doing everything. I was just working, taking care of my kid. And when I started creating music again, that feeling came back. It's almost like falling in love, and fall in love with a girl, you break up, and then start missing her real bad, Dang, I want to be back with her, Some people pursue that, some people don't. I'm just one of those people, that I just chose to pick it back up. And once I started creating again, it was a wrap after that. It was a wrap. I got bit by the bug, and I haven't put it down since.
And take me through your start in producing.
Okay. So I got my start actually from a gentleman named Leon Silvers III. Him and his family are a musical family, and in the 60s and 70s they really did some very big things there on the West Coast. And my buddy Wilmer Ragland, who is a songwriter who wrote for Gladys Knight, he was in the Gap Band and all these different things. When they heard my music, because I started creating music and it was kind of just for me, and my sister's a singer and a performer, so I was making music for her and myself. And this gentleman, Wilmer Ragland, got a hold of my music and they were interested. So I started kind of working with him a little bit, and he was trying to see what I had. And then Wilmer Ragland brought me to Leon Silvers, which he's still a phenomenal, amazing producer. This guy is amazing. They were interested in my stuff, so I started producing with them, pitching songs to major label artists and all that good stuff, and also indie artists. That's how I got my start producing, and after that, since I was back into music and I'm doing it again, and all my old friends who used to do it, they kind of gravitated toward me, so I started producing for them and all that good stuff, and that was the beginning of the journey.
What would you say makes you different from other artists?
I'm not afraid. I'm be brave. So the sounds that most people will veer away from, I'll challenge them. You get me a weird synth, a pop synth or a pop chord, and I'll turn it into a hip-hop song. I'm just not afraid to try different things, especially vocally and sonically, man. I just do some different things. And what I learned when I was in school was if it sounds good, it is good. So I'm just not afraid to create. I'm not afraid to go outside the bounds.
What music or artists have influenced you?
Man, it's funny because I thought about someone asking me that question. No one's asked me that question except you. But if I would think back when I was 13, I was younger than that. I was maybe like 8 or 9 years old. My cousin gave me a tape. I'm aging myself, but it's what it is. My cousin gave me a tape and a Walkman of Outkast, the album Southern Playlist of Cadillac Funky Music. And when I pressed play on that tape for the first time and heard what was coming out of those earphones, it changed my life. It didn't make me want to do music. Well, it actually, to tell you the truth, it really did. It made me want to do music. But I never thought I could. Outkast was the first musical influence for me. Besides that, PM Dawn, which is an early 90s group. Also, Talib Kweli. When I heard Talib Kweli for the first time, he's a hip-hop artist from New York. He's amazing. Talib Kweli. Who else? Man, DMX. It's Dark and Hell is Hot. It's Dark and Hell is Hot. When that album came out, changed. I'm influenced by so many different. I can't even name. I've been a music connoisseur for a long time, so I can't even name all the people that influenced me. But if I would say who had the most influence on me, it would be Talib Kweli, Outkast, and PM Dawn.
Now, what was it specifically about hearing Outkast that made you want to be an artist?
How can I explain it? I think it was the lyrical content. I had never heard anything so raw, so unfiltered, and something that I could relate to. I grew up in an impoverished area, to a lower, a lower demographic family. And when I heard the music, I could just relate to it. But not only that, sonically, the music, the bass lines they used, it made my stomach hurt, if that makes any sense, when I heard it. So, and then, ATLiens came out, the music started changing, and they hit the, at that time, they started hitting the pop charts, and I saw, a group go from what I would seem to be a person that I could, live next to, into superstardom. And it was amazing to watch that journey. And I think that was the most influential thing about it. And also, Andre 3000 just being so free, man, wearing what he want to, having his hair how he want. Like, it was just, man, that was an amazing thing to watch. And it really did influence me.
Could you describe your music making process?
Sure. So my platform of choice, my drug of choice is Pro Tools. Because like I said, I'm trained on it and I'm proficient in it. So I produce on Pro Tools. So what I'll do, sometimes I have an idea, a melody in my head, or a song idea, or a feeling or emotion, and I'll go based on that. Sometimes I sit in front of my station and I'm just blank, and I'll sift through sounds. If I'm just trying to create, I'll sift through sounds, find something that feels good, and then go from there. And just let whatever is coming from me come. So, when I create, it's basically based on whatever is happening in the moment. So I can make a song called Boring. I can make a song called Look at That Cat. I'm looking at a cat right now. And if it's in the moment and it's spontaneous, that's what I'll do. So first I'll, sometimes I'll lay down drums first. Sometimes I'll do, melody, chords, whatever. Whatever I find that's interesting, and then I start building from there, brick by brick. And sometimes it works out, and I'll have something to work with at the end of the process, and sometimes I'll just have to throw it away and start from there. So after that, as I'm creating the melodies and putting in leads and all that good stuff, that's where the lyrics and the vocal melodies come from. I just kind of play my vocals like an instrument in the middle of the process. So I just listen, I hear, and I listen to my spirit, and whatever's coming from me, I allow it to come from me. and build from there. And then, after I do that, I always send to my trusted people and get an opinion on what, if they like it, and then I move from there.
So now talk to me about your single, Life Before. Talk to me about the creative process and some of the themes or topics that you cover on this song.
Okay, Life Before, well, the creative process for it, I started with a sample, which I played with for a while and found a good groove in it, and then I built from there. And for whatever reason, the feeling and the concept just came right away. So Life Before is basically talking about life situations and love from the male perspective. The creative process, it just took me there, really, to tell you the truth. And maybe it's just a testament to who I am as an artist, but it just brought me to that place. And it doesn't it's not like one of those sappy, whining tracks. It has a gritty feel to it, but it's like it feels like real love. Real love is gritty. It's not clean cut. It's not perfect. It's very jagged, but it's beautiful. So this song, Like Before, it kind of encapsulates that, and it captures that in the sound. It has like this real bouncy feel in the beginning when I'm rapping. It has like a bouncy feel where I'm kind of chopping the syllables, and then it goes into this melodic, the beat drops out, and then it goes into this melodic, like, singing, kind of, not actual singing, but like a melodic type of rhyming, and then it comes back into some really hard, some really dope rapping. So it's a great track.
Now talk to me about your other single, Check Your Ego.
Yes. Okay, so Check Your Ego. What do you want to know about how it was originated?
Absolutely.
So a buddy of mine who is what I like to call an organic producer, and what I mean by that is he works completely outside of the realm of computers. He has a MPC, some synthesizers, another drum kit, and he uses all analog gear, and he actually tunes all his music to 432 hertz, which is supposed to be a lot more, let's say, healthy for our listening ears. And if you can look it up if you guys don't know what 432 hertz does, but he brought this track to my studio, and I think I laid that down in the first day or the second day that I had it. And Check Your Ego, basically, where the concept came from was, we in the industry are very egotistical, which sometimes you have to be, but sometimes there's a lack of balance in it. And during that time, I had a lot of artists around me who were very egotistical and very demanding, which, that's okay. But I wanted to express myself in a way, and basically what the song means is, when you come into my realm, when you come into my world, whether it be my internet platform, my website, or my studio, check your ego at the door. All of us are friends here. We're all going for a common goal, which is to create great, beautiful music. So check your ego a little bit, And so that's how that concept came out. This one is more of a maybe a boom bap. No, it's not boom bap, really, to tell you the truth. It's like an authentic hip hop sound, with some dope hard lyrics on it. And yeah, that's Check Your Ego.
So you're working on a new single, King Killer. What can we expect from this song?
You can expect some raw, real reality, some good melody, a great sounding beat, and well, what you can expect is a good sound. It's a good song, and it kind of speaks to the male perspective of the love spectrum, you know, and experiencing women who who are king killers in an essence, you know. It may be a kind of controversial type of topic or whatever, but it's a good song.
Now, can you share the name of your website and what people can find when they go check it out?
My website is wearebravemusic.com. And when you go to my website right now, it's going through a renovation. It is up and it's operating. It's been up for a while, but you can check out my sound design. I do sound design for TV and film, and yeah, you can check out some of the projects that I've been part of. You can check out some of my music there as well. We're going to be uploading music from my associates, which range from people in, you know, my buddies in Florida and California and Oklahoma and all this good stuff. We're going to be uploading a lot of music there, and also some more. I do also do sound and music for advertisement as well. So I'm uploading a bunch of stuff there. Like I said, we're changing the face of We Are Brave Music as we speak. You know, actually today I got off the phone with my web designer, and we have a great new idea, and it's a pretty cool platform, or a pretty cool idea of what we're doing. And yeah, that's what you can expect. It's just, you know, some good media, some good entertainment. If you like some music, hey, go check it out.
Can you share your social media links?
Yes, sir. If you guys just look up Bobby B. Brave. If you look on Google, you'll see my, you know, iTunes and SoundCloud, and all my social media will pop up. But there's also, it's funny, it's a children's book called something similar to my name. But if you look up Bobby B. Brave on any of the platforms, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, you'll be able to find me. Also, We Are Brave Music on any of those platforms, and you'll be able to find me, including YouTube and SoundCloud.
Is there anyone you'd like to acknowledge for offering you support in your music career?
Yes, sir. I would like to acknowledge my buddy Leon Silvers, Wilmer Ragland. I appreciate you, gentlemen. My buddy Extract from Aura Studios in Burbank, California. He's an amazing producer. My buddy Fat Beats from, this is my guy from many, many years. He's produced a lot of different people on the West Coast. Who else? May not forget nobody. My buddy Fashigadale, who got me started in music. Also, Ashley Cordelia. If you look her up on Facebook, she's a cool girl. I do some production and writing with her. Who else? Man, there's so many people. Hey, if I forgot you guys and you hear this, don't get mad at me. I love you, but shout out to all my people. I have a pretty large network of people that I work with on a regular basis.
Is there anything else you'd like to promote or share?
I want to promote my buddy Red Letters. I'm putting you on the front line, Red Letters. My buddy Red Letters on Instagram. He's an amazing artist. He used to go by Prolific. He's a web designer, and also I would like to acknowledge him. And also Backstage Media, which is a media company out of California. They've done some amazing work, and that's a company that I work with on a regular basis. And my sound design buddies, y'all know who you are. My buddy Greg Kant, who's an amazing mixer. And all of my teachers from my school, man, they got me started in this industry, and I appreciate all you guys. And also I want to shout out Sean. I want to shout you out, man, for giving, you know, independent artists like me a platform, you know, and I know you're building your platform, but you don't have to do it this way, and we appreciate it. I'm sure I can speak for the artists that you're putting on right now. You know, thank you, and I appreciate you.
All right, I would like to give a very big thank you to my special guest for joining me here today on The Creative Collective. As always, write your comments below. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share this video. And for all of your promotion, marketing, as well as music career consulting needs, email ennisproductions at gmail.com.